people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law with my thunderous voice. Can you hear the echo? Out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, Washington, D.C., and Chicago, Illinois. Maybe I'll just talk like this all the time. I'm Troy McClure. You may know me from such films as Today We Fight or Tomorrow We Die. Or maybe not Troy McClure. What's the lawyer's name on The Simpsons? Lionel Hutz. Lionel Hutz. This is episode 899 of the Immigration Answer Show. It's the last show in the 800s, and it's the last show of August. I wrote in my journal today that the year is 2/3 over. How are you doing on those New Year's resolutions? Remember those back in January, the New Year's resolutions? How are they going 8 months in? How are you doing? I've got some things that I need to change, some things that I need to fix. And I'm going to have some new 4-month resolutions. How about that? Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz were indeed voiced by the same dude, and that was Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman of Saturday Night Live, whose wife shot and killed him. Yeah, Phil Hartman was a very, very funny man, and he was great on The Simpsons. He had a lot of the best characters. All right, so I was going to ask a question. Oh, yeah. Right before I came on the show, I was playing Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig Dug, and I was wondering, what are your favorite video games, past or present? I'm old, so mine are all really old. My OG favorite, of course, is Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is my favorite. I've played more games of Donkey Kong than anything else. In fact, when the Scholastic book lady came when I was in 5th or 6th or 7th grade, let's see, 11, so I don't know, 4th or 5th grade, one of the books that I bought was Cheat Codes for Donkey Kong. Cheat Codes for Donkey Kong. I promptly memorized them, walked up to the Esquire Theater with my 3/4, and I played Dig Dug. Or I played Donkey Kong. Connor says, Dig Dug is awesome. I love the song. Yes, but now it's in my head, Connor, and I can't get it out. All right. I see in the waiting room, my friend Hoolie's got us well stocked up, well stacked. We haven't done a show in a while. And friends, it might be a day or two before we do another show tomorrow. Sort of a strange thing. I have my fantasy football draft at 6, and we get back in from out of town at 2. But I have a flat tire right now as we sit here. I have a flat tire, and either Sam, my colleague, filled it up with too much air and it popped, or it just leaked, or I need a whole new tire. So I was going to do a show around 4 tomorrow, but instead I'll be dealing with my flat tire. So no show tomorrow. And then Nor has a softball tournament Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So shows might be few and far between this week. Tomorrow is a holiday. That's true. We'll see what we can do. See what we'll squeeze some in. Probably some pop-up shows. We'll do the best we can. I got Lenny, Brett, and Guy, and Navi in the waiting room. Let's go to Lenny. Hello.
Hi. Lynn's my wife, also a junior Billiken. So,
how you doing?
And because you are our junior Billiken.
Did you say, what'd you say?
I'm a junior Bill.
Oh, nice. How you doing?
Pretty good. So, my wife has her interview on Tuesday here in the state I live in, which is North Carolina. Mm-hmm. She applied, I guess, this year when she got eligible because she's had her green card and through marriage. And now we're doing the N-400 through marriage. And she's been out of the country visiting her parents because her uncle now has serious illness and her sister is recovering from a serious illness. So she'll be coming back in tomorrow because she had this interview. She's wondering about, or we're both wondering about the new GMCs that they want you to do. And she also wants to know about, how does this look bad for her application interview process?
The travel?
Yeah.
That she went to take care of her sister?
Yeah.
I don't think it looks bad or good. I think it looks good that she went to take care of her sister. What I will say is, what country did you say she's from?
Taiwan.
Okay, good. So I've had some people come back from places like Pakistan or Afghanistan or other places that the United States feels like they can't do a background check. And so sometimes if you have that trip right before your interview, it sort of screws things up because I believe that when someone has an N-400 pending, USCIS gets some kind of an alert that somebody left the United States or an alert that they just came back from overseas. So with it being that close, I think that that'll probably certainly be a topic at the interview. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be too concerned about her going to Taiwan. When does she land, and then how much time does she have before the interview?
Tomorrow evening, and she has the interview tomorrow, the day after that in the afternoon.
So she's going to be tired.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly concerned about this. I do think that officers have been sitting on naturalization cases lately, even before the rule was actually announced. So I think she might get a request for evidence for some good moral character, unless she has a squeaky clean record, then they might just let it go through. We don't know yet whether they're going to require GMC, good moral character evidence, for everybody or just for people that have some kind of counterbalancing negative factors, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we've been together since 2010 and we married in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And
that part should be fine. I'm not worried about the marriage part. I was more concerned with, hey, you guys just dropped this new rule a week ago.
Yeah.
I mean, between you, me, and the wall, I think the new rule is illegal, but that you don't want to be having that fight and having that discussion at your interview. You just want to make them happy. I think so. I would say, if I had to guess, 50% chance, 60% chance that it doesn't even really come up. They just treat it like a regular case. Or you might be calling me back later this week and saying, Jim, that they're all in on the good moral character, and she gave them a request. They gave her a request for evidence for coming up with some evidence from friends or neighbors that she's helpful or a good person.
Yeah. And that's what I'm worried about. None of the neighbors where I live talk very much. We bought a house in a neighborhood where it's very quiet. So we see neighbors and wave to them once in a while, but that's about it.
And I combine two things. The letters don't have to be from neighbors. The letters can be from anybody who knows her from work or elsewhere that can say she's a good person, any U.S. citizen or green card holder. The neighbor thing is that they're supposedly going to start knocking on neighbors' doors, and I think they'll only be doing that on people that they want to deny, I think.
And these notarized letters, do they have to be notarized by a notary public?
Always.
Okay, so doing that, hopefully she'll have one at work if they want to do one for her there.
Yeah.
The other question is, how soon after an interview, if it does get approved, that she would have a ceremony?
It depends. Some offices, particularly very, very busy ones, like out in California and some other Baltimore, they'll do same day interviews. I bet you $10 that the DHS is going to start slowing those things down because they want to double check and triple check and run everything past their supervisor. So those things might go by the wayside. I don't know about North Carolina. I think North Carolina probably has a wait for a ceremony, but people in the comments might know better.
Yeah. The only thing we can think about in her past would be a parking ticket.
Yeah, she doesn't even have to disclose that.
I think she did.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's always had legal status since 2007.
Good.
So,
like as a student?
Started as a student, then she took a job working for Head Start in St. Louis, and that's where we met.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for the call. Good luck. Let us know what happens, okay?
I will. Thanks.
Even if it's just an email to me, even if you don't want to come back on the show, if you could email me and just tell me whether it became a central issue of the case, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Awesome. Thanks. Good luck.
All right. Thanks.
All right. When he said he was a junior Bill, what he was saying was he went to the same high school as I did. Yes. Canyon's Priscilla did get her green card. That was a fun day. Matt still's going to stop by to see me. Matt and Priscilla are going to stop by to see me in St. Louis sometime when we're both in town, and maybe we'll shoot a little guitar song. Brett is here. Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing all right, all things considered. Yeah, just hoping to get a couple questions in here with you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Go for it.
All right. So, just a little about our situation. My wife and I have been married for 3 years now, but we've been separate for about two of them because of her J1 student visa requirements. So, she's had to be in her home country of Argentina for about 2 years. That time is almost up. And we've been apart because I had been working on my work. I've been working on pilot's licenses and such. So, I've had to do that here. So, we applied for our I-130 back in March. And initially, it was saying the wait was between 6 and 13 months. But ever since that, it's just been going up. And now it says wait is 20 months. We filed ourselves. We didn't use a lawyer, kind of monetary reasons there. I was in school and she was going back home,
Sure.
And since then, though, we've kind of realized that we don't feel like we have quite enough stuff on our case. So we've been adding extra documents because we submitted online. And it's allowing us to add extra documents. So I'm just wondering, is it okay that we've been continually adding extra documents? Can we continue to add more things just to try to make sure it looks a little more organized and that we have all the sufficient stuff that we need?
Sure thing. Sure. No problem.
Okay, so that's okay. Another thing that we're kind of wondering about is that obviously we really want to work toward being together while we're waiting for all this, considering it's a long process and it's hard because being apart is hard. So a couple of things we're wondering is, while we're waiting, if I were to find a job outside of the country, somewhere where we could be together while we wait, is that something that we can do while waiting for the I-130, or is that something that I need to be inside the country?
You definitely can do that.
Okay, so we can do that. And if we do follow that, we saw a couple other things, like we saw something about a consular process. Is that something that would also be available to us, or are we sticking with the I-130 right now?
Well, my brother, consular processing is part of what you're trying to do. So what's going to happen now? So you filed an I-130 and you said that she's going to consular process in Argentina, right?
Correct.
So you're going to be pending at USCIS. So you guys must have been married for a while, right?
We've been married for 3 years now.
So even though she had to go do those 2 years out of the country, you could have filed the I-130 while she was going to do her time back home.
Right. So, yeah. We had been recommended by someone that we do it about a year into her 2 years of waiting. That way, if it got approved pretty early on. So we're being pretty optimistic there. That's why we kind of did it around March time, so that if it did end up being the shorter period of time, we wouldn't end up having it expire or something by the time her 2 years was done.
Yeah, I can understand that. But basically now, so I wouldn't worry too much about the processing times online. I think they just make shit up. They don't really mean it. What I can tell you is that we do a ton of I-130 away cases. That's what we call those. And they're all taking about 13 to 16 months to get approved by USCIS. Then you're at the National Visa Center for 2 or 3 months. They're actually going pretty fast, but then waiting for the embassy interview in Argentina will probably take another 3 or 4 months. So Argentina is actually a pretty quick embassy when it comes to things. So you said you filed the I-130 in March of 25?
Correct.
Yeah, so she'll probably come towards the end of 26, I would think.
Okay. All right. So,
and as far as you going to live and all that stuff, that's just fine. Just make sure that you keep paying your taxes, maintain your residency, and all that stuff.
Well, that's no problem at all. If that's not something that we follow, then we still want to kind of work toward things here. We did see something about a K3 visa. Is that a valid option right now? We also heard that's something that doesn't really happen much anymore.
No, it's a waste of time. The State Department won't process it. USCIS will process it. It allegedly makes things go faster, but I think that's all BS.
Okay. So that in mind, I just one final thing real quick, if that's okay. Just wondering, would she be able to apply for a work visa? Because again, we're just trying to figure out ways to be together while we're waiting for this.
Sure. So I'm not at the office, so I don't have my bell. But once you filed the I-130 for her, then she did what's called demonstrated immigrant intent. And so that's when I ring the bell. And what that means is that's a bell you can't unring. Once you say that you want a green card in the United States, then you can't get non-immigrant visas because you've already demonstrated that you want to come and live here forever, which is inconsistent with getting a non-immigrant visa.
Okay. All right. So then that's it for that process there, I guess. And the only other thing now, we're continuing to build up all that evidence. And I know you mentioned multiple times, get a notary for pretty much everything we do, right? So would that include the affidavit of support? Because we're going to look to get one of those as well from a family member.
So those are called affidavits of support, but those aren't notarized. Those aren't real affidavits. It's just the name of the form.
Okay.
You understand that you'll have to be the primary sponsor, and then you'll have a co-sponsor, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing one of those. I'll be the primary sponsor. We just have a family member who's offered to be a co-sponsor to help just for the monetary situation, because I just started up a new job. So right now I don't have really the financial history to show, oh yes, I can support, and we want to have that just in case, so we can show that there's another family member who can.
Awesome. Good luck, Brett.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You good luck with everybody else jumping on too.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
All right. He had a good radio voice too, I thought, but it sounds like he has a pilot voice, so he can say, as we begin our approach into Chicago Midway Airport, ha ha ha. All right. Robert says those types of hacks really don't work. I think that's right. A lot of people think they have figured out some clever way around the long ass delays, and that's just not gonna happen. I saw that. Oh yeah. Sean said, my I-130 spouse case has been 2 years now. What can I do? Yeah, I would think about suing, Sean. I think Robert's right. I would think about suing. Ingi, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am well. Thank you, Jean, for all that you do on your awesome team.
Awesome. Thank you. What can I help you with?
I have questions concerning my pending I-485. I filed I got married in June 2022 to my darling spouse. And in 2022, also December 14th, he filed for an I-30 so I can get an adjustment for my I-485. Sadly, he passed April 2023.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And in May, June, thank you. In May, June 2023, my lawyer sent in the papers to attest to that incident, but no response. In May 2024, I received my work authorization and my advance parole. I attended my interview, which is still being treated as an I-485 even after his passing, in December 2024, 3rd of December. And since then, no word back.
Okay. There's one piece of the puzzle that I haven't heard you mention, and I want to make sure that your attorney filed what's called an I-360 petition for you. Did your lawyer file an I-360 petition?
He did that in June 2023.
Okay. And tell me about your immigration history in the United States.
When I came in with B1, B2 visa in December 2014.
Okay.
And 3 months after that, I converted to an F1 visa and started taking college classes.
Great.
I'm actually done with my nursing school. And in 2017, I met my ex and we got married, and he withdrew the I-30 petition when the marriage wasn't working. So we got divorced in 2019, all papers filed.
And then what happened?
And then I met my late husband in 2021.
You okay?
I'll be fine.
Let's I'm sorry. So to be clear, you had a prior marriage with a prior U.S. citizen that involved that U.S. citizen filing an I-130 and you an I-45, and that U.S. citizen withdrew that case because you guys were getting divorced.
Yes.
So when you married your spouse who passed away, you were out of status.
I went back to school because I got a response from the USCIS when the I-30 was withdrawn by my ex.
Yeah.
I got a response to say, remain in your F1 status. So then I was still taking classes.
So okay.
So I was never out of status.
Okay. So when you married the person who passed away, you were still in status on the day you filed the 485.
Yes, sir.
So the person that you were married to before, how much marriage evidence do you think you submitted on a scale of 1 to 10 on that first case? A lot or a little?
A lot, and we did the filing then by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Yeah.
Did you ever have an interview on that case or no?
Sorry?
Did you ever have an interview on that first case from your
No,
first?
it didn't get to that stage, no, before he withdrew.
How long were you actually married?
18 months.
If you had to guess, what did your spouse say to USCIS in the cover letter withdrawing the I-130 that he had filed for you?
I really don't know. And when I attended my interview in December, they treated my case still as an I-485, even as I'd filed the I-360 conversion of my case. So the interviewer didn't let me know what was written in, what was said, nothing. And the response I got from USCIS in 2019 is, since your petitioner has withdrawn his petition,
Yeah.
return back to your normal status of F1, which I did.
This second case, it does sound like you have a lawyer now for what you're doing now, right?
Yes, sir.
The has the I-360 that the lawyer filed for you been approved?
There's nothing be said about that. They're still treating my case as a 485, as in they scheduled the interview with
Right,
my
but
late husband's account.
you keep saying that they're treating it as a 45. I just want to make sure that you understand something, okay? The I-130 is the petition that your deceased husband filed for you. The I-360 is a substitute for the I-130. So the 485 is still part of the process. They're just letting you use the 485 that you filed on the I-130 to attach that to the I-360. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So just so you understand that it would be right for them to ask you questions about the 485. The 485, you still have to satisfy all the requirements of the 485, even if the 360 is approved. Did your lawyer go to your interview with you?
Yes, he did. He was present.
What did he say as far as how it went?
He asked the interviewer, what are we expecting? And he's like, the interviewer said, it's a new file on his desk. They have to get back to me. Yeah. And they are still not saying anything about the I-360. Nothing.
Did the officer was the officer mean to you at all or beat you up on any issues that you're worried about?
He just concentrated more on my ex, questions about how we met and how our marriage was before the divorce. And that was about it. He almost did not recognize my spouse had passed.
Wait, so you're saying that when you went to the interview on the I-360 485, the officer spent time talking to you about marriage number 1?
Yes, sir.
And I think what you were just saying is more time on marriage number 1 than marriage number 2.
Yes, sir. Sadly.
Yeah. Remember how I asked you, did you submit a lot of evidence in support of the first case? How about, so when you do an I-360, when your spouse passes away, you do also have to prove that the marriage between you and the person who passed away was valid, and then you have to prove that they died. So sort of that makes sort of those are sort of the two requirements. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. I did all that.
Yeah. And so how long were you married to the person who passed away total?
I'm sorry, you're breaking a little bit. The line was breaking a little bit.
Sorry, I said, how long were you married to the person that passed away?
We got married in June 2022. He passed away April 2023. He suddenly fell ill.
Mm-hmm. And so at the time that he died, the case had been on file for like 3 months.
Yes, sir.
When was the interview that
4
you had on?
months ago, filed in December.
When did you have the interview on the 360-45?
No, I did not.
No. For the interview that you did have, the one your attorney came to, what month and year was that?
That's in December, 3rd of December, 2024.
Okay. And I might have asked you this. I might have missed it. I meant to ask you. So, did you or your lawyer request a complete copy of your immigration file ever?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm. So here's what I would do if I were your lawyer. I would do a freedom of information. I never would have filed case number 2 without first figuring out how case number 1 went down, because it's very different if spouse number 1 wrote a letter that said, "My name is Jim. I filed the attached I-130. Here's the receipt notice. I wish to withdraw that case." That's one way people withdraw I-130s. The other way people withdraw I-130s is, "My name is Jim. I filed an I-130 for Nghi, and I want you to know that she's a criminal. She only married me to get a green card. I hate this woman, and she should be deported as quickly as possible." Do you see the difference between the two?
Yes.
And you went into that interview and filed case number 2 completely blind as to how spouse number 1 withdrew that case.
Absolutely, you're correct.
And I mean, also, how did you find out that the I-130 was withdrawn? Was it when you got that letter from USCIS, or did your spouse tell you that, "Hey, we're getting divorced and I'm withdrawing that I-130"?
My ex sent me a copy and posted it on Facebook.
Sent you a copy of?
And posted
What?
on Facebook.
Sent you a copy of what? The letter?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you have the letter as to what he wrote when he withdrew the I-130?
Yes, I do. And the response of USCIS.
Okay. He posted it on Facebook? What an asshole. Sorry. Well, so with you having access to that and me not having access to it, was it more of a clinical one where it said, "I just withdraw the I-130," or was it a meaner one like the second one that I described?
It was the first one. He told me before he did it, and when he did it, he sent me a copy, gave me a hard copy. He actually came to our old place that we're sharing, gave me a hard copy and posted on Facebook. So
Okay. So let's say that now that Donald Trump is president and we have these people working at DHS who want to deport everybody and deny their cases. Let's say that here we are in end of August 2025, and some USCIS officer is investigating your case, and they pull up your file and they see that your prior case ended in a withdrawal by the ex. So they go knock on your ex's door and they say, "Hey, tell us about your marriage to Nghi. What would your spouse say? Can you guess?"
that I married him for a green card.
Why do you think he would say that?
because that's what his family told her. We had a good marriage. We're good together.
So to me, well, so I know I have more than one video on my YouTube channel about a lot of times it's about the first marriage, not the second marriage. And I think that maybe you and your attorney were a little bit too casual about filing case number 2, even when you're, before your husband got sick and died. Like, if I'm filing marriage number 2, I want to know everything humanly possible about marriage number 1, right? And so
Right.
you almost, in those kinds of cases, like, we would probably even charge extra because we would feel like we have to not only prove one, we need to not only prove that one marriage is real, we have to prove that 2 marriages are real. Because if either one is not real, or if there's any kind of funny business in either one, then our client loses and they don't get their green card. So what I would do is, if I were your lawyer, this is what I would do or would have done. I would have done a Freedom of Information Act request to see if there's notes or if they talk to your ex-husband or any of that stuff. I would prepare accordingly. I would also try. See, a lot of times it's about who gets to the dude first. If you get to the dude first, you might be able to get a statement from him on a notarized statement that says, this was a real marriage, it just didn't work out, even though my parents and sisters say that she only married me for green card. Not that you would put that in there, but that's the sentiment, is you want to nail him down before they get to him, because they will work him over, try to scare him and say bad things about you. Look how fast she got married to somebody else and filed all over again for a green card. She's just been hanging out here since 2014, and all she wants is to find a man to sponsor her for a green card. She took advantage of you, so you should give us a statement saying what a bad person she is. So you see the difference between if I get to him under oath and get him to swear that it was a real marriage, or if they get him under oath to swear that it was a fake marriage. You see?
Yes.
We used to have a rule at our house, like, so my sister is very easily well, she's not so much anymore, but back then she was very easily convincible. And we always said, if you could drive my sister to the election booth on election day, you got 2 votes instead of 1, because you could convince her to vote your way on the way to the polling station. And that's true, I think, sometimes with spouses. Not always. Obviously, there's some spouses who have it out for you, but and sometimes you got to be careful about this. Like, I might want to reach out to someone and say, hey, she's applying for a green card. Her husband passed away. Would you be willing to sign a short affidavit that said, this is how we met. This is what our relationship was like. This is why we decided to get married. This is why we decided to apply for a green card. This is why the marriage went sideways. This is why we got divorced. I don't have any hard feelings, and I hope she becomes a lawful permanent resident. Like, that would be really, really helpful to submit in your case. So if I'm taking over your case today, that's what I would do. Is I would do a FOIA. I'd make a run at getting a statement from him, and then I'd give him maybe till the end of 2024, or 2025, 1 year from the interview, and then I'd sue him.
So try to reach out to my ex, which you're not on good terms with.
No, not you, sweetheart, not you.
Okay.
A lawyer.
Okay.
A lawyer. I mean, what we do on those situations is we interview you, we find out all the facts and try to make it as simple as possible, and try to write it in a way that they won't find it too objectionable, and then talk to them and say, hey, take a look at this. Would you be willing to sign this or modify it in a way that makes you comfortable, so that we have something that we can work with? That is your greatest defense to them knocking on his door trying to scare the shit out of him.
Understood, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. And everyone in the comments is saying it sounds like you're carrying a lot, and I think that's true too. I'm very sorry. If you need help, let me know, okay? Good luck.
Thank you.
I don't like it when people are sad. I totally get it when people are sad, but I don't like it when people are sad. That's our WhatsApp number. Don't be using any other WhatsApp numbers. 314-685-6254. That's our WhatsApp number. TikTok is here. We got 194 friends watching. Oh, there's somebody being rude, telling people to self-deport. Do I have to kick somebody out? I think I do. Jim, do you cover Washington and Seattle? Yeah, we handle cases all across the country. Immigration's federal. Hold on, I think I have to kick somebody out. Is somebody being rude in here, TikTok people? Let me know. I think somebody is. Yeah, that is a lot. It's a lot, especially when the government's out to get you. All right, let me find them. There they are. We'll kick them out. Yeah, saying self-deport. Yeah. How do I block this person? Block. Goodbye. Goodbye. As we say in RB, ma salama. Get the fuck out. All right, Catherine's here. Hello. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. No, they're not snoring. Hooli thinks they're snoring. I think they're on the AC. Bazad is here. Hello, Bazad. Bazad, you're on mute, as Hooli would say. Try to be ready, people. I'm going to tell you who I'm calling on. I'm calling on James, then Amazing News, then Abina. James. Hello, James.
Hey, Jim.
How
Good
you doing?
afternoon. Good, thanks. Good, thanks. I'm actually calling in today for a thank you. Actually, I had been on last month, like early July, I think, and I told you about a case, an I-751 case, where I had to change it into a waiver, and you had told me to really get on making sure I had the divorce decree by my interview, or else it couldn't actually be approved. And I had a few different moving parts as well on that, with a withdrawn N400. And I was able to get on the divorce lawyer's head for getting that done about a week before my interview actually was when it was finalized.
Good thing we
So,
talked, brother.
and I could tell actually from the interview itself that if I had not had that, it would have gone a very different direction. It was a very tough interview.
Really? Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
751 solos, 751 waivers are always tough interviews, but it's probably especially now. But did you get approved?
Yes, just on Friday.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So I really just wanted to thank you. I'll be doing the N400 next year instead, because that successfully got withdrawn as well. So
Great.
that was a plus, and I'll definitely be trying to use your firm for that. To make
James,
sure
I'm very happy. James, would you mind giving everybody your timeline just because it helps them feel better?
Sure. So 2018, married, was on an F1, and then filed for adjustment 2019, had the interview the same year, got my a conditional permanent residence, and then filed for removal of conditions in 2023, July 2023, and then filed for N400 in June of 2024, and this year, 2025, August, approved on that. And that's
Did you when you filed your original 751, was it joint or waiver?
yes, it was joint, and it was pending joint for almost 2 years.
And did you file a formal new 751, or did you just ask for the waiver at the interview, or did you ask for it sometime in between?
So sometime in between. So actually not too long before the interview, I'd asked for the to convert it to a waiver.
And you did that by a letter, or what did you do?
Correct, a letter.
And did you have the sense when you went to the interview that the officer had received that letter and knew that your spouse wasn't going to be there?
No, that was part of the there seemed to have been almost no sense that it started with where is your spouse.
Got it. Right. Okay. Yep. I mean, the reason I'm asking is because we always have this internal debate at our office. We almost always ask our clients, even though it's more money to pay an extra filing fee, let's go ahead and file a new 751 with the waiver, like outright, because of what you just said. So, yeah, I think you're right. If you didn't have that divorce decree, I think there would have been trouble.
100%.
All right, James. Well, if you have a chance to leave us a review, I'd really appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to help.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Bye, James. Good job, buddy.
Bye.
Hey, that makes me happy. James got his 10-year green card, and if we hadn't talked, he might not have had that divorce decree. So that's good news. That makes me happy. Anytime we can help someone win their case, even if they're not our client, I am a happy man. All right, that was James. Let's go to amazing news. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Jim, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Earlier this week, I had my combo interview for I-751 and N400, and it went fantastic. At the Fairfax field office.
Good. Did your spouse go with you?
Yes, she was with me, and everything went great. I'm very happy, and I really wanted to thank you for all the help because you helped me a bunch of times with a lot of questions that I had. I didn't have a lawyer, but I kind of did because every time that I call you, you were always there to help me with all the questions. So thank you, Jim.
You're welcome. I'm very happy. Did you so you have a scheduled ceremony?
Yes. Yes. So as soon as 2 days after my combo interview, I believe it was because my interview was on Tuesday. So Thursday, I received the letter saying that my oath ceremony is scheduled for September 27th of this year.
Awesome.
And so it was literally like 1 month apart. So I was very happy.
I'm happy too. Did they interview you by yourself, or did your spouse have to do anything?
So our case was pretty straightforward from day one. But I did see that everybody was going into the interview, like when the officer would come out and call them out, they would go into the office as a couple. In my case, he called me in first, and then he wanted to test me first on the N400 or like all the questions. I believe I had a feeling that he knew that my case was pretty much, all done. So he just wanted to get rid of the easy part, like, the questions, like all that stuff. And then he called my wife in. It was honestly more of a conversation more than a kind of like an interview. We would just, the guy was very, very easygoing. It was just like a chatting between him, my wife and me, and everything went great. So I kind of wanted to give you my timeline just so other people who are probably in the same case. Yep. So I was an F1 student. I came here to the US like in 2011. Anyways, I married my wife. I was never out of status. That's one of the key aspects, I think, from this. So I married my wife late February 2021. Then I applied for adjustment of status on April of the same year, 2021. Got a couple RFEs, but very easy ones, like the one for the medical and one for a birth certificate that they wanted me to send. They were done pretty easily. to the January 2024, I filed for I-751. And then on February 27th of this year, I filed for N400. And you were actually spot on, because when I called you earlier this year asking you about like when my interview for N400 will be scheduled, you told me give it like 6 to 8 months, and that's exactly what it was. It was 6 to 8 months. So
I'm very
man,
happy for you. I'm very happy for you. We'll all be celebrating for you.
thank you so much, Jim. I will make sure that I will give you my review, because I really, without you, man, this would have been a painful case.
I'm glad. I'm glad it all worked out. Have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, Jim. Thank you very much. Bye.
You got it. Oh, it's very nice of people to call and say thank you. I appreciate that. Abina, hello.
Hi, Jim.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Thank you for your time.
Sure. What's up?
Yeah, I'm very, very stressed out. I'm very anxious. I have a question.
Okay.
So they received my application on September 2024. I had my biometrics on October 2024. I've still not received my work permit now. And then I had my interview on on April 2025. And I think the interview went well, but then we got an RFE for statutory declaration for my divorce decree from Ghana. And we sent it in on June 26th, 2025. We've still not heard anything since then.
Okay. So this means that you were married once before you came to the United States, right?
Yes, correct.
And that was in Ghana.
Yes.
What kind of a visa did you have when you came to the United States?
I had B1, B2, and I came in 2022.
What was the purpose of your visit?
A visit. I was visiting my uncle.
Okay. And when you came to the United States and you landed, did you go visit your uncle?
Yes.
Was that your first entry into the United States?
Yes.
Before you got on the plane, did you come to the United States from Ghana?
Yes.
When you left Ghana, were you still married to your first spouse?
Yes, I was.
And who filed for divorce?
I well, we separated when I came here, so I asked him for the divorce.
Okay, did you know that you were going to get a divorce when you came to the United States?
No.
The person that you're now married to, did you ever know them before you came to the United States?
Yes.
How did you know them?
I knew him back in Ghana. We lived in the same neighborhood, but we were not lovers or anything like that. We just knew each other.
So that person is a U.S. citizen,
Yes.
naturalized,
Yes.
and how did they get their green card? Through marriage?
Yes, through marriage.
When did that person get their citizenship and when did they get divorced?
He got divorced in 2017, and I think he got his citizenship before 2015, before he got divorced.
Okay. So when did you enter on your B1, B2 to go visit your uncle?
2022, September.
How long after September 2022 did you see the person that you're now married to face to face?
You mean back here in the US again?
Yeah, after you entered in September.
Yeah, I saw him in 2023, November 2023.
So it's not like he picked you up at the airport and you were hanging out right when
No,
you
no,
came.
no.
How did you guys reconnect?
Through a mutual friend.
And that would be after your 6 months were up?
Yes, correct.
File for divorce before the 6 months were up.
Sorry, could you repeat that again, please?
Did you file for divorce before the 6 months were up?
Yes, I filed for divorce in 2023.
Before your 6 months were up or after?
After,
Okay. So why didn't you leave at the end of 6 months?
I had some health issues when I came in.
Do you have medical records that prove that?
Yes.
Okay. And when did those have those medical issues resolved?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Tell me about your divorce. So is the divorce from a court in Ghana or a court in the United States?
It's from a court in Ghana.
Why didn't you get a divorce from a court in the United States?
I didn't think I could get a divorce from a court here. And
Yeah.
because he lived in Ghana, I thought we would do it in Ghana.
When did you file for divorce?
2023 May.
When was the divorce final?
It was finalized in no, we filed in April, and it was finalized in May 2023.
So pretty quick, about a month.
Yeah.
Did your husband fight the divorce at all?
No, he didn't.
Did you and he have any children?
Yes.
Where are they? In Ghana?
Yes, they are in Ghana.
When you bought your ticket to the United States, did you have a round trip ticket?
Yes.
How long was your trip supposed to be?
It was supposed to be for 3 weeks. 21 days, exactly.
Okay. How old are your kids?
The oldest will be 4 years, and the youngest will be close to 3 years. It's a 2.5.
Have you watched my show for long?
No, I just saw your TikTok page.
Sure. So one of the things we talk about a lot on this show are divorce decrees from Nigeria and Ghana. And USCIS thinks that many divorce decrees from Nigeria and Ghana are fake.
Okay.
So how do we prove that your divorce decree is real if you weren't even in Ghana at the time the divorce was granted?
I thought that was why when they sent the RFE in, they asked for a statutory declaration.
Okay, perfect. Tell me what you did after you got that request for evidence about your Ghanaian divorce decree.
I spoke to my dad in Ghana,
Yeah,
and he spoke to his lawyer friend, and then so he told my dad it was something that we had to do. He had to do from the courts, and then he had to submit it at the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Ghana.
perfect. So
But they
this
had to get our IDs, me and the guy's father, since their marriage was sort of between, like the fathers were the main sort of the
drivers.
dissolution were between the fathers.
Perfect. So would it be fair to say that that friend of your dad's who's a lawyer was not the lawyer that was involved in your divorce?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So that says to me that you've probably overcome the divorce decree. That because what your dad and his friend did is exactly what I would have told you to do, right?
Yeah.
And that is to document that the divorce was real. Because literally, especially in Nigeria, but also in Ghana, like there's lawyers that'll just draft and make up fake divorce decrees. So that's good. It
Okay.
sounds like you've come past that. So now, tell me about your current spouse and tell me about your interview.
I think our interview went well because he was just like pretty much having a conversation with us, and he went through our bank statements, and he there was he asked us some of the things on the statement, who bought who which was which, and then he had a conversation with my spouse about Uber and stuff. So I think the interview went well. Then we asked him how long it would take for us to hear back from them. Then he said, "Oh, it would be less than 6 months. But if they do send in an RFE, we should make sure we respond to it quickly so the case can move quickly." And my spouse he's a nurse here. Yeah, he's been married once here, He had his divorce in 2017. He's
how he
never
got his,
been married again.
but that was from the prior marriage. He got his green card.
Yes. And he's not been married again since 2017. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Did they separate you?
No.
Did okay. Okay. Well, let me say a couple things, especially since you're new to the show. Number
Okay.
one, they don't like it when somebody gets a green card through marriage, becomes a citizen, and then marries somebody else. They don't like that.
Okay.
They don't like it, especially when they knew that person before they married the U.S. citizen that got them their green card. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in their mind, in the back of their mind, I don't know if this is in the front of their mind, but in the back of their mind, they are wondering, did Abina and her current husband cook up a plan to come stay in the United States long ago? Whereas he would come to the United States, get a green card, and then sponsor her for a green card at some point in the future. So in my mind, this is another one of those cases where you sort of have to prove up both cases. It sounds like he was married to that first spouse for a pretty long while, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. And did they have kids?
No, they didn't.
And how are things with him and his ex?
She lives in Puerto Rico, so well, he says they don't talk. They just they don't talk. That's what he said. I've never seen him talk to her. So I think
Did you have a lawyer at your interview?
no.
Sister, you should have had a lawyer at your interview. There's no doubt about that. And did they give you any requests for evidence after the interview?
Yes, that was when they sent in the
Divorce?
RFE for the divorce, for my divorce.
Okay. All right. Do you want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think they're not done with your case yet. I think you're going to get another interview. I think you're going to get another interview where you get sort of grilled on the marriage. Like, so I have this new theory lately, and it goes like this: that USCIS officers have been directed to sort of do their interviews back to back, maybe 45 minutes, an hour, maybe do 6 or 7 in a day, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have one that you want to really go over very carefully with a couple, then you schedule that for a different day and you block out 2 or 3 hours so that you can do that.
Okay.
So I suspect that at some point, because it blows my mind that you guys weren't separated, right? And what it suggests to me is maybe that the officer hadn't had a lot of time to drill into your case, so they ran a regular interview thinking that they might get into more details later. So I think you're probably going to have another interview. They might want to bring you back because if they asked you about the divorce decree after they didn't give you the RFE at the interview. They sent it to you in the mail after, right?
Yes, 53 days after.
So that suggests to me that they are digging in now into your prior marriage in a way that they didn't before your interview, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're probably going to get another interview. And with all the earnestness that I can command or beg of you, do not go to that one without a lawyer, because you're going to be separated and it's going to be really hard.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I would just like to say that in the history of this show, you've done about the best job ever of answering my questions. Like, if you watch this show much longer, you'll see that people do these really long answers that don't answer what I'm asking. You answered everything exactly the way I would want you to, and you didn't say too much, you didn't say too little, you weren't defensive, you were just very factual. So that will serve you well at your interview, and I hope your husband is the same way. But definitely, I would think. I mean, I think they're gonna be hard on you too about leaving those kids behind and ask you sort of what's the plan with those kids.
Well, we filed for the kids too.
Good.
when we were filing mine, but we still haven't heard anything about theirs.
Yeah, well, that case is on hold until your case is resolved, most likely. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I think.
Okay.
So,
My thing though is I'm surprised my work permit is still not here. I mean, close to a year.
yeah, that's because you're out of status.
Oh, okay.
But that's them screwing with you and trying to put pressure on the relationship too. That's a good point. Tell me again when you filed everything.
We filed on September 2024.
September. Okay. And did you and your husband use a lawyer to file it, or did you file it on your own?
We used a lawyer.
Okay. And have you ever? I think what I would do while you're waiting this time is you and your husband can both do a FOIA for free. If you go to the USCIS website and type in G639, you can make a request for your entire immigration file. You and your husband should both do that. I think that
639.
G639, yeah, I'll put it in the comments. And then you can, I think that if you were asking for our help 2 months from now, or 3 months from now, nothing's happened and you're sick of waiting, I think probably what's going to have to happen on this, I think they're just going to sit on it. And I think you're going to have to sue them. And when you sue them, I think that's when they're going to call you in for another interview. And it would be really nice to see what's in your file and what's in their file, your husband's file, as much as we can. That would be very helpful.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we filed for this. Can we call your office, Jim? Because
sure.
I don't really trust my lawyer. I don't think they do a good enough job. You can't really reach them when you need to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can talk, but I mean, I'll just say this. This is a tough case, sister. This is not an easy case. This is not an easy case. I'm glad the divorce decree is real. That helps a lot. But whenever someone gets a green card, marries someone from the old neighborhood, that's always going to be a tough case. So yeah, you can reach out. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Have a good day.
And you.
I really enjoyed that talk. Boy, she was great, wasn't she? Ali asked, what state is she in? We didn't ask what state. I'm trying to sort of not do that. Boy, I'm not getting many TikTok questions. What's going on over here, people? Given the Trump era, is it okay to file an I-751 by myself? I would say no. My very wise wife. Oh, somebody sent me hat and mustache. Well, thanks for that. I missed it. Can somebody send me hat and mustache again? I like getting hat and mustache. My wife said that she believes that nobody should be filing for any immigration benefit except a green card renewal. And even that, you might need a lawyer. But everybody else, she thinks, needs to have a lawyer. All right. Well, that was quite a call. I enjoyed it. All right. I'm going to go back up to Catherine, see if she's here. Catherine?
Hello. Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm talking on behalf of my friend. So
Great.
her husband, she and their daughter came in November 2023 on his E2 visa.
Okay.
So just a few months after coming to the country, he started to cheat on her with a woman who has the citizenship. So my friend confronted her husband and he beat her. So she called the police. He went to jail for one night.
Yeah.
So the next day, he pleaded no contest. But about 3 months after, his case got dismissed. However, in April 2025, his E2 visa got revoked by the consulate office. Okay.
Yeah.
So in June 2025, this year, by the way, until now, he is still in the country. His wife and their daughter already left after the visa revocation.
Yeah.
Okay. So he is now living with the woman he's cheating with. And
Jeez.
in June 2025, he changed the status. He had his lawyer to apply for his B2 visa, which is now still pending. Okay, so
Got it.
his I-94 will expire in at the end of October 2025. So my questions are, as of now, he's out status or he is out status after after October 2025 when his I-94 expired. That's the first question I have. And the second question I have is that in his B2 visa, the tourist visa is likely to be granted. And
No.
the next question I have is that he is now trying to divorce his wife in order to get married to the woman he's cheating with, and then after that he will apply for the green card. So how likely is it for him to get the green card? Oh, by the way, when he get the email notified by the U.S. consulate, it was saying that he might be inadmissible to the United States.
What country is his brother from?
Canada.
That's what his original passport was?
Yes.
What and when they revoked it, was it for the DV charge, or why did they revoke it? The domestic violence charge, or what?
It was due to the family violence, and it was classy misdemeanor.
Why is it
He pleaded no contest.
why is it important to you or his wife as to whether or not he's currently in status or not?
Because the daughter wanted him to go back with her, so the daughter begged him to go back and tell him that he is not legal to live in the country. But he told his daughter that no, I'm okay until the end of October, and hopefully I will get the divorce from your mom, and then I will get married to whoever he's with.
This guy sounds like a real shitbird. I don't think that telling him he's in status or out of status really matters. I don't think he cares about that. And frankly, without looking at everything, I can't tell you right now whether he's in status or not. I think he's probably not in status. But I don't think that me saying that he's out of status, if I did say that, would be enough for him to say, "Oh, okay, daughter, I'm coming home." I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. So, but because of that,
I think in answer to your second question, I don't think he's going to get a green card. They don't like it when people come here from out of the country. They don't like it when people come here from out of the country and beat their wives. They don't like it when people overstay their visas, and they just put in new rules. So let me just tell you this. They just put in a new rule that makes it much easier to deny his change of status from E visa to B visa, right? So I think that these new rules that they have about changing your status inside the United States were designed for people like this person, and he's not going to receive a change of status. And if he marries someone that he was cheating on his wife with, I think he's not going to get his green card either.
Oh, I see. So how likely is it for him that after he applied for the green card, he is going to get the NTA?
I think he might get it before. I think he might get it. I think he might get it on the change of status to the B1, B2, because they're going to run a background check. They're going to see he got arrested for domestic violence, and they're just going to kick him out.
Oh, okay. So he may get it even before he applies for the green card after he divorces his wife.
Yep.
I see. So it might be even before October, the end of October, when his I-94 runs out.
Yep.
I see.
But I mean, this wife's not sitting back in the old country waiting for him to come, is she? She's moving on, right?
She is moving on, but the thing is, their teenage daughter really wants them to be back together.
Yeah, poor kid. Thanks for the call, Catherine.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
Bye-bye. Yes, thank you. Harold is here. Hello, Harold.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, Harold. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I have a question about the jus sanguini and jus soli. Since January 20th, when Donald Trump issued the executive order about birthright citizenship, I was wondering if he has not attacked the jus sanguinis or under the Child Citizenship Act.
I don't know, brother. Go research. I don't know. And that's not something I've had to know. So I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, I haven't heard anything about that. I was wondering only about this. Did you know something? Or you didn't know
Nope.
something? So it remains the same.
I think so. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, so it remains the same. There's no change. So a U.S. citizen having a child born in another country because of sanguines, that child is a U.S. citizen.
Maybe. I mean, those rules haven't changed since January 20th, if that's what you're asking me.
Yes, I wanted to know if it has changed as well. But since birthright, we tried to change it. I don't know, certain state applies it or if certain state don't apply it.
Thanks, Harold. See you, buddy. All right, let's see if Bezad is there. Bezad?
Hey, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, I would like to thank you. A long time ago, a decade ago, you filed for my wife, I-130. We're still married. We have a beautiful child. You did the best job that any lawyer could have done. It was so smooth. Everything went perfect.
Nice.
So unfortunately, I had to move to Michigan from Missouri. And I'm a U.S. citizen now. And my parents filed for my siblings. They're minors. Their case is approved. They're qualified, waiting on an interview. However, my siblings are from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And my question is, I have one question, two parts. Is it possible that I can get some help from you to get a travel waiver for them? If not, is it possible to freeze their age? And my parents are green card holders.
In answer to your question, there's nothing anybody can do about the travel. I mean, maybe there's big old law firms bigger than me that are challenging the travel ban, but given the fact that they included a carve out for the spouses, parents, and underage children of U.S. citizens to allow those people to come and not be covered by the ban, I think that a legal challenge on behalf of the children of green card holders like your siblings, I think that lawsuit would lose. Does that make sense?
You were breaking up. I think the net was, I could barely hear any of it.
Okay, I'll say it again. So, this travel ban is different than the other travel bans, right?
Yes, correct.
This time they had a carve out for the spouses, children, and parents of U.S. citizens, right?
Correct.
Because of that, I think it makes a legal challenge like by the children of green card holders, like your siblings, very, very difficult. And I think that would lose.
Okay, and is it possible to freeze their age? There's no embassy of U.S. and Afghanistan. Is it possible to freeze their age? Because they're going to run out of age. One of them is 12, 15, and 19.
Yeah. And the I-130s have already been approved because you said they're documentally qualified, right?
Yes, I keep getting emails from NVC that I need to choose an embassy to set up their interview.
Right. Well, I would certainly try to keep the cases alive. Maybe there is a lawyer challenging these cases. I haven't heard about any such challenge. I would still keep doing everything, at least things that don't cost money, to try to keep the cases alive. But how long were the I-130s pending that your mom and dad filed for them?
Well, I sponsored my parents when they came
Sure.
in to the country. As soon as they got their green card, my dad filed for the children.
And when was that?
That was in 2023, January of 2023.
And when did USCIS approve the I-130s?
They approved it in a matter of 6 months.
That sucks, because that means the kids' ages will only be frozen for those 6 months. So the 19-year-old's probably going to age out.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate. You're
All
one of the
right.
best in the country.
Thanks, brother. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
All right, all right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Huli just left a note down below. Remember, we're in a contest trying to get to 100 Google reviews. Let me check where we're at. If anybody leaves a review right now and wants to leave us a comment, I'll give you a shout out. Reviewhackinglaw.com. Trying to get to 100 reviews on our Chicago office. I'm trying to beat my friend. We're at 66. That was great. We were at 28 the other day. So we're at 66. So we need 34 more of you guys to leave us a 5-star review. I can put it, oh, there it is, in the comments. If you guys have a minute and could leave us a quick 5-star review, I would appreciate it. Let's go to D in Tennessee. Hello.
Hey, Jim. Great to talk to you.
What's up? How you doing? How's Tennessee?
Tennessee is actually beautiful right now for some reason.
Nice.
So we're very happy. We're very happy about that.
I think North America is cooling off a little bit.
I know it's wonderful. It's the last day of August and it's beautiful weather. Who knew? Who knew it could happen? I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been listening for over a year now. My husband and I were married in 2023 in Ghana. Applied for the I-130 right away. It was approved in September of last year. And we have been waiting for his interview with the U.S. Embassy in Ghana for now a year. And just curious, because I hear mixed things and read mixed things. If they are still doing interviews, Ghana is one of the travel ban countries. Yeah. If they are still doing interviews for marriage visas for those countries, and if so, about how long could we expect to wait?
That I don't know. I mean, I don't check the boards and everything. People talk about this stuff all the time. I just don't have the resources or the time to check all that. People in the comments might be able to say how long it takes for an interview in Ghana. I think it's probably 18 months. So I think you probably got about 6 months left.
Okay. But they are still doing those marriage interviews, even though it's a travel ban country marriage interviews. Yeah, those
for spouses of U.S. citizens, that's a carve out. So
okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, that was it for me.
Awesome. Thanks for the call, D. Let us know how it goes. All right. Julio, are you trying to give me a signal? I can't tell.
And sorry. Hi, everyone. No, I was saying that Navi got locked out by accident. And he was the next one before D.
Navi. Okay, cool. I'll go to him. Thank you, Juli.
Well,
all right. That's what you meant. And Navi, hello.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Juli saved you. Yes. What's up, Navi? How you doing?
Yes, thank you. So, sir, do you think that I enter without inspection? I got married with a U.S. citizen, file I-130, 601A waiver. Both got approved. Now I'm waiting for NVC to schedule my interview, which been 9 months. So they did not schedule my interview yet. Do you think they did not schedule my interview because my removal proceedings still pending? Because my attorney said we can terminate that once your interview is scheduled. So I believe that they did not schedule my interview yet, because I can be wrong here, because
which
my
embassy?
India, Mumbai.
Yeah, I don't think. In answer to your question, I would say no. I do not think that they are waiting to schedule they are refusing to schedule your case for interview because of your removal proceedings. I think that your lawyer is right, that
Okay.
it'll be the scheduling of the interview overseas that will allow them to get your deportation proceedings terminated.
Okay. And the people who getting interview without before me, so that's just because they are getting before me, so they're just getting lucky then?
People with removal orders like you with waivers?
Yes.
Did you call the other day? Somebody else just called me about this the other day.
Because my friend, he dismissed his removal proceeding, so he got interview in less than 4 months.
But listen, brother, you have to understand. Let's think about all the agencies that are touching your case. So the agencies that are touching your case are USCIS, the Immigration Court, the State Department, both at the National Visa Center and at the consulate in Mumbai. So that's like 4 different things that have to fall into place for you to get this date. So I wouldn't say he's lucky. I'm just saying that, I don't know. Do you ever watch these movies where like somebody's trying to crack the safe and like all these different tumblers have to fall into the right combination? You need lots of different pieces to fall in the right place for you to get your interview. So I don't think
Yeah.
I think it's just the way it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you think any idea they're taking? Because a lot of people say they're taking a year. Somebody say 8 months. Somebody say
I
14
would say
months.
year.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. That's what I want to know. Thank you so much, Jim.
Bye, Navi. See you, buddy. Travel. Hello, Flavius.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hello, Jim. Thank you very much for taking the time. So I'm in New Jersey in the US, and I had the green card since 2018.
Okay.
And I still haven't applied for citizenship, but I am considering applying for citizenship, the N400. The only question I have is, so I have a green card since 2018 in May, but then subsequently within a few months, I got like 4 traffic tickets, one for speeding, one for seat belt, one for obstruction of vision. All of them were resolved. I paid all the fines, no drugs, no alcohol, none of that was involved. So my question is, should I apply for citizenship now? And if yes, should I request from my friends some of the notarized letters to prove moral character? And if yes, who should I ask? My employer, my friends, my landlord?
All of them. Ask all of them.
And
can I ask a question, Flavius?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did you get all 4 tickets in one incident or 4 tickets in 4 different incidents?
2 of them were combined. The one for careless driving with windshield obstruction was one incident with 2 tickets, and then another one for seatbelt wearing, and another one for speeding. But the speeding was reduced to something else, and I paid the fine. But yeah, so 2 tickets were combined in one, and then independently another 2 of them.
So 2 incidents, you got 2 tickets each time, and you've taken care of all of them.
Yes, but when I go to the New Jersey municipal courts, it shows that I have 4 independent tickets. But there are 4 independent tickets, but 2 of them was in one event, but 2 different. Yeah.
And the same day.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I'm not worried at all about you applying for citizenship based on these. And I would also argue that you only have 3 tickets. I would argue that seatbelts are not a moving violation. So I think you only have to disclose the 3. As far as getting I would get a letter from your landlord, a letter from your friends or neighbors, and a letter from your boss. I think those would be perfect.
And can you please tell me, is it a format of the letter? So it will be a notary, and what do I have to say? Like that I'm just.
So here's what I'll say, brother. I need to make one of these, and I will start sharing them with people. But let me talk it through with you, and then maybe in the next week or so I'll create one so that people can work off it. But basically, it should say, my name is Jim Hacking. I am a U.S. citizen. I was born in the United States, and I'm 55 years old. I've known Flavius for the last 6 years. Flavius is a green card holder from XYZ country. I have worked with Flavius on different projects here at the office. I find him to be a very responsible person, a very good person. He's always working hard. He's always trying to help out around the office. He's doing everything he can to help make America great again. No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that, but make America better, right? And so so it's always about who are they, how do they know you, how long have they known you, what do they know about you, and And then do they support your application for citizenship? That's it.
Okay. Okay, great. And sorry, one quick question. Should I apply now or should I wait until federal fiscal year, which starts next month in the beginning? Like, when would you?
That doesn't matter. When did you tell me the dates, the 2 dates you got the tickets on?
So they were in 2018. I'll have to check. It was it was 2018. All of them. The one that I know about.
So, brother, that's beyond the 5 years. So you're fine. I mean, you don't even have to disclose those right now on the form. You don't have to disclose those. The form only goes back 5 years. So you're totally fine.
Okay. So at that question where it says, have you ever been arrested, cited, or something like that? The word cited, I assume that cited means even traffic tickets. So I didn't know if I should answer yes or no to that question that refers to the cited part.
Yeah, but they're all more than 5 years, so nobody's going to care. You're fine. List them, but you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, got it. So I don't have to get a driver abstract showing that, or
There's no. I would get the driver's abstract. There's no harm in getting the driver's abstract. Okay.
Okay, I see. Got it.
Thanks,
okay,
Lavius.
thank you so much.
Bye, buddy. Hey, I see someone in the comments. Chanel said, "Do you have 2 accounts? I gave this other account my email to schedule a consultation. Is it a scam?" There are definitely scammers acting like me. So we don't charge for consults. We don't do consults. So no one will ever ask you for money to talk to me or anyone from my firm. So if scammers are watching this, please fuck off and stop scamming people. For those of you who don't want to be taken advantage of, know that we don't charge money. We only have one WhatsApp number. You don't pay to come see me. And there's a link in the comments about how you avoid being scammed. So I thank everybody for joining us on today's show. Like I said, shows this week will be a little bit sporadic and probably last minute. So if you're not on our text line, text the word show to 314-470-3300 so we can send you the link when we're going live. It might be a late night. It might be an early. We'll just see when we can squeeze them in. But with the short week, it's going to be a little bit tight. I hope you guys all have a great night, and I'll see you on the next show. That'll be episode 900. How about that? Bye, guys. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are